Coming up, gunshots fired off in Iowa City.
And the 70s make a comeback to downtown.
Iowa football survives a scare on the East Coast.
Sunny skies and peaking clouds. I have your full forecast and weather.
All that and more
coming up right now on DITV.
Good morning from Iowa City. It is Monday, September 22nd, and I'm Hannah Lipsky.
And I'm Isabel Thier.
And the third member of our team, Linda Laco, is live outside at the Pentecrest to talk about the upcoming weather forecast. So Linda, how's it feeling out there this morning?
Well, Hannah, I thought I was going to see some sun, but I'm not seeing anything. It is currently 60 degrees outside, but taking a look out on the Pentecrest, we are expected to see cloudy skies in the upper 80s with the possibility of thunderstorms, so bring out those umbrellas. Tonight, skies are partly cloudy in the lower 60s with light and variable winds. And tomorrow, we are expected to see scattered thunderstorms in the afternoon with temperatures reaching the high 70s. Well, I know I won't be dancing in the rain, but I'll send it back to you ladies in the studio.
Top story, police are investigating shots fired in Iowa City. The police were called to the 35th 100th block of Shamrock Place on the east side of town Sunday morning around 3:30 a.m. Investigators say no one has been reported injured, but property damage and evidence has been found. Iowa City police are asking anyone with further information or security camera footage to contact Detective Jared Harding at 319-356-5275.
And with Iowa City's council less than 50 days away, another campaign for the at-large seat has kicked off. DITV's Kabedi Mutemba has the details on how the new city council candidate plans to do it.
I know that the city council does not have all the answers, but I know the community does.
This past Friday, Newman Abuisa publicly announced he was running for city council. Abuisa says he's running to break down barriers between the council and the people it serves.
I want to bring the public closer to the leadership and the leadership closer to the public by listening and empowering.
Listen and empower is his campaign slogan. It sums up his belief that everyone's ideas and experiences have value in deciding how the city is to be run.
We want to empower them to become more effective. We want to bring them to the table and form communities around them and let them influence the outcome of what the city does.
People of various ages and backgrounds showed up to support Abuisa. Iowa City resident Ginny Paulson says that her time working with Abuisa as a delegate for the Democratic Party helped her trust him as a leader.
I thought that Newman had the ability to be diplomatic and fair without backing down on his principles, and those are principles that I share.
Those principles are justice and equality for all, something that was present through all of Abuisa's talking points that night.
Abuisa addressed everything from green transportation to rent affordability. One of the key issues that stood out both in the views of him and his supporters was that of advocacy for Palestine.
Abuisa is running against incumbents Mayor Bruce Teague and Megan Elter, as well as fellow newcomer Clara Rainin for one of the two at-large seats. At the Iowa City Public Library, Kabedi Mutemba.
Johnson County recently added some new health and safety amenities to the Iowa City area.
We're going to send things over to the newsroom with Morgan Burhans, who has more details.
Yeah, ladies, residents are making use of the new resource. Johnson County Public Health has installed vending machines with health and safety products. Some of the items include naloxone, hygiene kits, birth control, and gun locks. These vending machines are located at the Deadwood Tavern in Iowa City, the Coralville Public Library, and North Liberty Library. No ID is necessary to use the vending machines, and they are completely free of charge. The county has had to refill the Deadwood location multiple times, meaning that they have been a popular hit in Iowa City. For now, I'll send it back to you ladies in the studio.
One of Iowa City's largest companies is looking to expand its horizons. Procter & Gamble is looking to grow its number of employees from about 600 to 700 at its Oral-B location right here in Iowa City. This increase is charged by a grant funded by the Iowa Economic Development Authority. The IEDA is a part of the state government that works on business and community development with the use of state and federal grants and programs. With this new grant, Procter & Gamble plans to build a 150,000 square foot factory to manufacture goods that are typically produced overseas.
And the 6th annual Iowa City Climate Fest is underway with events starting last Friday and going through Thursday. Today from 4 to 6:30, the Iowa City Airport has an art show featuring local artists whose art is made with or inspired by solar energy. Tomorrow you can volunteer at the Lagoon Shelter House by reading out loud. Wrapping it up on Thursday, Dream City will be hosting a double feature, and organizers are offering a reward to anyone who uses sustainable transportation, like riding a bike, walking, taking a bus, or driving an electric vehicle. You can tell any staff member to collect your gift. And an Eastern Iowa coffee chain is adding alcohol to their menu. Midnight Coffee, formerly known as Coffee Emporium, has been granted a liquor license by the Iowa City Council. The coffee shop plans to sell wine, beer, and cocktails with a goal of more options for customers during later hours.
Classic rock legends bring the sounds of the 70s to Iowa City. DITV's Liz Schultz takes audiences back in time to celebrate a band's 50th anniversary tour.
Classic rock legends and millions of fans. Jefferson Starship lights up Iowa City. Fans of all dynamics celebrate the band's 50th anniversary of the Runaway Again tour.
It makes me feel good because they're so in tune with their audience, and they just know how to please.
Band members David Friedberg and Kathy Richardson took center stage, carrying the band's legacy.
We love seeing all the different kinds of people.
What's just overall your favorite part about performing? And for fans, Jefferson Starship is more than just a throwback. It's music that shaped generations.
Well, I've listened to them my whole life. I mean, from back in the 60s when I was a kid, and 70s, and I got their first album when they became the Jefferson Starship.
A long night of performances leaves fans with a piece of the past.
Yeah. It was an awesome show, great crowd, and we just want to say we love you. Jefferson Starship loves you.
And that legacy will continue on. From the Englert Theater, Liz Schultz, DITV Arts and Culture.
And coming up later, coverage from Iowa football's Big Ten season opener out east, an update on all Hawkeye fall sports, and our top 5 plays of the weekend. All after the break.
Stories occur every day, and here at DITV, we've got you covered with up-to-date news and politics.
We are anxiously waiting for those votes for not only the national election, but here in District 1.
Community members protest and stand for science.
Keeping highlights and scores with Hawkeye Sports.
Advancing to the quarterfinals, Iowa looks to boost their overall placement and their way into the semis.
It's Iowa's second road win of the season, first since September 21st.
And of course, all the latest in entertainment.
Sit back, relax, and here's the word on the street. I'm here at the Alan McVeigh Theater, where a unique performance.
Here at DITV, we've got a crew bringing you all the stories from across the nation and right here in your backyard.
From the Iowa State Fair.
In Nashville, Tennessee.
From downtown Iowa City. From Carver Hawkeye Arena.
And bringing all the coverage straight to you live on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. Around the University of Iowa and Iowa City community, we have the stories that matter to you here at DITV.
Welcome back, and thank you for joining us this morning.
Let's take another look back outside with Linda for the full forecast for the week ahead.
Personally, I'm hoping for warmer weather this week for just one more week, but taking a look back outside on the Pentecost Camp Wednesday, we continue that raining showers, but only early in the morning, as later in the days, temps will reach into low 70s. Thursday is going to be partly cloudy with temperatures of the high of 70s, with the sun peeking in and out throughout the day. Friday, bring out those sunglasses and get ready to spend the day outside, as temperatures will be in the 80s. Saturday and Sunday, we can expect more sunny skies, as the temperatures will reach up to the low 80s and the UV is going to be 5. I'm so excited for this weekend to come, but I'll send it back to you lovely ladies in the studio.
Now, thanks, Linda, but Izzy, I just have to say I'm loving your pink today.
Me too. I really love your blazer. And Jake, I was wondering, where is your pink?
You know, guys, I didn't get the memo, but clearly Hawkeye Sports did get the memo. They went out east to begin Big Ten play, and it was the most electric game of the year so far. Colin Carruthers witnessed the scenes from Iowa's first conference win.
the Blackout, the theme for this Friday night Big Ten season opening showdown on the battlefield of SHI Stadium between the Iowa Hawkeyes and Rutgers Scarlet Knights.
This was an amazing atmosphere. The Blackout was electric. Just a great opportunity. You know, I just loved it.
The birthplace of college football's atmosphere was near perfect for almost all 4 quarters of this game, which pretty much foreshadowed exactly what we were about to see, because after everything went dark pregame and the lights turned back on, brightening up this field, well, we just knew we were in for a wild one with this game. The game got off to a flashy start with Caden Weegan taking the opening kickoff for a house call where he went untouched.
That was probably one of the easiest kick returns he could get, and I mean, that's all for the blockers, man. I knew instantly it was a touchdown.
Both teams would respond with touchdowns. Kamari Moulton found the end zone in his first game back, and things were tied 14 apiece after the first quarter, where Rutgers honored the kids back in Iowa City with a wave, and then they were tied again at 21 going into halftime. That doesn't mean it wasn't without its miscues, as Rutgers' Jay Patel missed a field goal for the first time in his last 19 attempts. There was a blocked field goal by Iowa, and Iowa's Drew Stevens would miss one as well in the third quarter. But it was that second half the Iowa defense seemed to wake up and be its true self again after a lifeless start to the game. They held the Scarlet Knights scoreless in the third quarter and only gave up 7 points in the fourth. They even got their first turnover of the season. It also helped that Mark Gronowski had his best game so far this season, with 186 passing yards and 55 rushing yards that led to 3 rushing touchdowns. This brought the Hawks to a 38-28 road victory and a record-breaking number for Mark Gronowski with his 52nd career win, the most of any collegiate quarterback at any level.
That's who Mark is, in my opinion. Like, he's a winner, you know, and that's where it all starts. And some guys are and some aren't.
This Iowa Hawkeye team should be happy. They won't have to face such a hostile environment next weekend, but instead have it in their favor when they're back in Kinnick Stadium to face what should be a top 25 Indiana Hoosiers team. Reporting from SHI Stadium in Piscataway, New Jersey, Colin Carruthers, DITV Sports.
Well, the Iowa volleyball team hosted the Hawkeye Invitational over the weekend. First on Friday night, the Hawks dispatched the winless East Texas A&M Lions in 4 sets. Sharday Van Zant starred for the Hawks with 10 of her 15 attacks, resulting in points. Then on Sunday, Lindenwood was no match either, falling in 3 quick sets. Van Zant led the charge once again with 12 kills for Iowa. Taking a look at the field hockey team, following a huge win against the 20th ranked team, Miami of Ohio, the Hawkeyes traveled east to Indiana and swept the Hoosiers in a 2-game series. In the first game, Levi Van Kessel opens the scoring right at the start of the second half. And then it's Dion Van Olsum. She scores 50% on average of her shots. The Dutch Hawkeyes led the Hawks to a 3-2 win. Then in Game 2, Frederick Van Cleef slots 2 goals, including one that beats the buzzer right at the end, and the Hawks are rolling into a 3-1 victory to close out the series against the Hoosiers. And the Iowa soccer team returned home to face rival Minnesota yesterday afternoon. After a slow start, the Hawks broke through in the 71st minute when Eva Oching scored a volley on an Elle Wildman cross. Then, Berkeley Bingley added insurance with a penalty kick in the 81st minute. The Hawks held on to a 2-0 lead and won their second game of the season, continuing to hold to be the number 12 team in the nation. With so many great games this weekend, we're bound to have a stacked top 5 plays of the week. Ryan and Cole, take us through it.
Absolutely, Jake. From Iowa to New Jersey, there were plenty of plays to pick from this weekend, so let's get right into it. Starting at number 5, it's over to the Extreme Arena for some volleyball. All right, here we go. East Texas A&M scrambling to play alive. They are going to get it over to the Iowa side. Gia McGrew sets it up first. Here comes Claire Amaral with the set, and McGrew detonates on the East Texas A&M side. Jade Richardson, no match for that serve.
Going to number 4, Ryan, we're in Bloomington, Indiana for field hockey. Frederica Van Cleef crosses, shoots it bottom right, and scores. Iowa would win both games against Indiana this weekend. Van Cleef off to a great start this season.
At number 3, head over to the East Coast to Rutgers. Mark Gronowski late in the game. Iowa needing a big play, going to air this one out. Got a man way downfield. Dayton Howard hauls it in. Big time catch. The Hawkeyes go on to score on this drive and eventually win the game.
Let's go back to Iowa City, the number 2 to the Iowa Soccer Complex, where Elle Wildman crosses it to Eva Oching, who scores, breaking the stalemate. Iowa win the game 2-0.
And at number 1, we got Caden Weechen, familiar face in a brand new place. He was number 1 last week on our place. He's number 1 this week. Opening kick return of the game with an entourage. Terrell Washington out in front of him. That boy can run. Caden Weechen takes it the distance, and the Hawkeyes open the game about as good as you possibly can. Well, Jake, tons of great plays this week. What do you got with tennis?
Guys, that was an unreal amount of plays this week. But yeah, tennis began their fall season in North Carolina with the IDA Women's All-American Championships. In singles competition, Teresa Andanaus lost both of her matches and is done with competition there. But she is paired with Diane Shida back for doubles competition. And the duo won to advance to the next round. For the tournament will continue throughout the weekend, with Hayesha starting her run in the singles tournament later today. Guys, there's a lot of good stuff going on in sports right now, but this is great because, you know, fall weather's right around the corner as well.
I know, I hope so. So we'll see what happens this week for homecoming. Oh my gosh. Do you have pets? Because I do. And a recent study showed that chimpanzees consume the equivalent of 1 alcoholic beverage each day. The alcohol comes from the ethanol in the fruit they eat. This has been the first experiment to quantify how much alcohol they drink. Now that's kind of cute. I like monkeys. I don't know about you guys, but that's really interesting.
I didn't know that they did that.
No, I had no idea.
That's
I mean, I have 2 pups at home.
Yeah.
That's
maybe that's why they act
alcohol.
that way, you know?
Maybe it is why they, be doing what they're doing.
I love going to the zoo to see them, like, throwing their poop or something, you
It's
know?
probably one of the most entertaining parts about the zoo.
It really is, yeah.
It just adds up.
Definitely throughout the day.
Yes.
Well, thank you for joining us online or listening on KRUI 89.7 FM.
We are here live from Iowa City every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 a.m. and anytime online at thedailyiowan.com.
For all of us here, thank you for watching. We'll see you again on Wednesday morning right here on DITV.